And as a reminder,
Alright, so we
if they
are
hold at 2
here.
minutes, 60
We are
seconds,
talking about
they
Starship Flight
basically
13.
can
We are
stay there
watching
for a
it
few
with you.
minutes, basically up to
And
10
this is going to
minutes
be
or
my
so.
commentary
The
for
problem will
it.
be if they activate the deluge, right? If they go through and
We're
they
going to
activate
watch the
deluge
NSF
and they have to
feed
hold,
here.
then that will be a scrub for today.
And
Hopefully
we're
that does not
about
happen.
a minute and
So we'll
26
stand by
seconds
and see
away.
what
So
happens
we're
in
going
just a few
to turn it
seconds.
back to them.
They're moving the engines. There you go. TVC
Yep, you see the
checkouts.
gimbal.
Those, gimbal checks.
So it's a
There
fully
should be another
fueled
one at
vehicle.
T-1 minute as well.
Fully fueled vehicle, 90 seconds to go, under 90 seconds. Ryan Caton, I'm going to hand it over to you for the play-by-play for launch.
Thank you, Sawyer Rosenstein. Thank you for tuning in and watching, everybody at home. We're 10 seconds away from that T-minus 60 second gate. Let's find out, fingers crossed, if we're going to hold or if we're going to push right through. And we are pushing through. No hold in the countdown. 50 seconds to go until launch. I'm not sure why our clock is showing a hold. We are not holding. We are pushing straight through. T-minus 30 seconds to go.
Look at that.
Standing by for the detonation suppression system.
There's the
There it is.
deluge.
Next up will be the deluge system in the flame trench and then the top deck. Here we go. Here
What's
comes
going on
the
with the
deluge.
camera?
Standing by for ignition.
Yes. Yes, that's what we like to see.
We have ignition.
Oh, that is pretty.
Of Starship Flight 13.
Alright, so here's the roll program.
"50 seconds into flight, if you can hear me over the rumble, with 3 engines lit on booster 20. We're pushing down range, we're passing through max Q, the maximum aerodynamic stress this vehicle will face during flight. And we look to be through that milestone without an issue. Next up is going to be most engines cut off, or MECO, 2 minutes and 18 seconds into flight. About a minute away from right now. Beautiful tracking views with this beautiful weather as we continue to push down range. Over 2,000 kilometers per hour in velocity.
We should be
approaching
getting
20
MECO
kilometers
any
in
second
altitude,
now.
90 seconds into flight. Looking good.
Look at that.
On the trackers, 1 minute 40.
That is so pretty.
3,400 kilometers per hour in speed now. Looking down on South Texas below. Not a cloud in the sky. Well, only clouds left by the rocket, that is. And we're now starting the roll for hot staging. We're going to see all 6 ship engines light up in a specific
So the left
pattern
side is the
to
engines,
try
the
and
right
flip the
side
booster
is
in the correct
the,
direction. Of course, last flight,
the ship.
as we look on board with the engines on booster 20, incredible view. Coming up on stage separation.
Oh, it flipped. Wow, it flipped in the
Standing
right.
by,
It
looks
looked
we've
like
got
the right one.
Ignition on.
Wow.
That
and
one's
the booster
gone.
flip. There it goes.
Look at that flip.
And they all lit up. Oh, and a pop.
Super
This looks
speedy
so
flip.
much better.
All 33 engines running on the booster for boost back burn.
11 to 12G is 11 times the
Wow.
force of
Right
gravity
now, the booster's going to
that
be
you
pulling
feel right
11
now
to
sitting here
12
watching
G.
this video.
Okay.
And
Our engine's now down. 13 engines.
humans can
on.
only withstand
planned.
about 9G.
Yep, as planned. 3 engines now on the center for the boost back burn on the booster and shutdown.
They've only done and fixed it.
That's what we want to see. That's what we wanted to see. Okay, next up for the booster is going to be the landing burn. That starts 6 minutes and 27 seconds into flight and lasts for just shy of 30 seconds. So that's going to be a big milestone if they can make that happen. Of course, not coming back to the launch site. We're going to the Gulf. We're going to be ditching in the drink. But still, if they can pull that off, then perhaps a catch is on the table for Flight 14. Meanwhile, we look to the right, we look to the ship. Over 7,300 kilometers per hour in speed right now. All 6 Raptors continuing to run. And if that thing does a good job, we could be going to orbit next flight as well. This flight is a big moment for Starship. From the ground, this is our tracking camera. We're keeping lock on Booster 20 as it begins to plummet back to Earth.
If all goes well, hopefully, as we've seen in the past, we will see the burn and potentially the explosion that is expected once it goes over the Gulf. If it hovers as planned and then comes down, we will expect to see a fireball.
My main question is whether it's going to be soft or the one that sort of hovers well above the water, because I don't think they have specified. I will guess maybe the latter, the one that hovers at an altitude so that it doesn't bob in the water for a long time. But you never know. Maybe they want to go out and fish maybe some of those engines. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
That is
And we can see the live
crazy.
view from Booster 20 on the right-hand side. That is the coast and the shadow of the launch plume coming back into view from the booster. It's currently 86 kilometers in altitude and falling. That is going to be 0 kilometers in altitude in barely 2 minutes' time.
You can see the puffs from those cold gas jet thrusters. Or
Okay,
the
so
thrusters,
what
excuse me,
what
not
they're
cold gas, the
saying
ones
is that
as they release
to
pressure from inside,
get itself
so the same
into
ones they use for
its
release pressure,
right
the same ones they use
spot,
for attitude control.
the extra
They might
fuel
also
that's
might be
on
doing
it
some
is
of the
being
chill
used
downs
for
for
little
that landing burn
thrusters.
later down
So it's
the line.
pushing the
Sometimes
extra
they also
fuel
dump a
that's
little bit
on
of
it
what remains on the
is
main
making
tanks.
sure that it goes in the right spot.
And we can see from the ground the booster is got a little tail behind it, which makes it easier to identify from the ground. 5.5 minutes into flight now, coming up on that landing burn, scheduled to start in just under 60 seconds from now. On the ship side, a quick update, continuing to see 6 out of 6 Raptors approaching 12,000 kilometers per hour in velocity. So far, so good for ship 40. Look at the clouds in the background. This is just a great demonstration of how
coming down
fast this
there.
booster is traveling. 40 kilometers in altitude now, 4,000 kilometers per hour in velocity, a few seconds away from the landing burn. We should see
Alright, so
13
here's
Raptors
the
left,
landing burn
down
here.
selecting to 5 and then down selecting to 3
13.5 to
whilst
3.
it hovers above
Or
the Gulf.
13.853.
Here we go. Deep breaths coming up on the landing burn. 20 seconds.
Lucky number 13.
Indeed.
You can see
hopefully.
the frost, I think, which is like our patch.
You can. That's the white line that you see towards the bottom of the booster there.
Okay, 5 seconds from those engines igniting. Let's take a look at the booster. Can it do it? Looks like we had a flash, but nothing more. We had a few engines igniting, not all of them, and that is an explosion on the Gulf. An unsuccessful landing burn for
Alright,
booster
so
20.
we're not really surprised all
Or
that
is it?
much
Yeah,
about it.
plummeting into the ocean there.
The fact that
Yeah,
it even
there you go.
survived 12 Gs
Well,
and
it tried
flipped the
its
right way
best.
is
Good job,
definitely a
Mr.
lot
20.
better.
It looked like either 8 or
we're
9
showing a
engines
replay
only
here.
ignited when they were expecting 13, and then it down
Oh,
selected to
simulating
about 4, I
catch.
think it
So
was.
this is what it would look like if the booster was actually going to get caught.
And there we go. We
Hey,
can see
look at
we
that.
can see the live simulation simulating a catch at the pad. Of course, should this have been a catch attempt, the booster would be plummeting into the flats next to the pad because of that unsuccessful landing burn. But a good simulation on the pad nonetheless. 7 minutes into flight. Meanwhile, the ship continuing to fly with 6 Raptors firing over 20,000 kilometers per hour in velocity now, 150 kilometers in altitude. Coming up on Seco, ship engine cutoff scheduled for 8 minutes and 5 seconds into flight, so we're just over 30 seconds away from that milestone. But these beautiful views from ship 40 looking back down to Earth, a big improvement on the previous flight so far for the booster. Let's see if the ship can do the same, just a little bit further to push for ship 40.
Yeah. Should be close to RVAC shutdown, and then the sea levels will shut down.
The
It's
vac-
I
not
think we
the
just
final
heard
turn.
sonic booms on our microphones that we
Ooh.
had we heard a dun-dun and a dun-dun. I believe that was the sonic booms. But let's take a look at the ship very quickly. A few seconds away from shutdown. All 6 go off at the same time.
Okay. That's
A new
nice.
change I'm getting from Alex. There we
Yeah.
go. Suborbital insertion at 26,508 kilometers per hour, 149 kilometers in altitude.
That looked much better than the last
And that was a
flight. It helps
nominal
having all
orbital
6
insertion.
engines.
Looks like now they're depressurizing there.
Nominal orbital insertion. Love to hear that. Exactly where it needs to go, even though it's suborbital insertion technically.
Looks like now they're depressurizing there, getting ready for that payload deployment later.
Indeed, payload deploy coming up at T plus 16 minutes and 40 seconds.
So
we will see
this
20
camera that they are
Starlink
using
V3
right now
satellites,
is actually
real
on the
Starlink
flap.
V3 satellites deployed, 6 of which have been equipped with cameras to image the ship
why,
like we saw on the
they're
previous flight.
doing
That
these,
deployment
these
sequence is
flap
going to
tests
last for
just to make
just
sure that
over,
everything is still
or just
moving
about
right.
10 minutes or so until T plus 27 minutes and 39 seconds.
There's a camera on one of the flaps, by the way. That's why it keeps moving in and out.
But so far, so good for the ship. Of course, wonderful to see the improvements on the last flight. We had a good, healthy set of Raptors all the way uphill for the ship. Unfortunately, the booster was unable to pull off, and Jay Keegan's graphic is working. Live telemetry from the ship, the live position on Earth. You can see they're just passing to the south of Cuba. Well done, Jay. It works. I'm very proud of you. But there you go. And of course, the live views from the ship as well. So on the booster side, unfortunately, we didn't get a healthy landing burn, so it plummeted into the Gulf with only a few engines running, but we did get to see for the first ever time that 33 engine boost back burn. And as I said at the time, that booster would have been pulling 11 to 12 G's of force as it performed that flip and boost back. That's just like the amount of propellant they load onto this thing. That amount of thrust is just incomprehensible. It's incredible.
But also proof that this is still a test flight, with it not doing the full
Yeah.
landing burn as planned. But it got much further than last time. That is for sure.
It did.
It seems like that ignition sequence works.
It reminds me of version 1 again, where if you remember, Booster 9 did not make the boost back burn. Then Booster 10 did the boost back burn, but not the landing burn. And then we had to wait until Booster 11 to do the boost back burn and the landing burn and soft splashdown. So yeah, maybe that's sort of my main question now. It's like, are they confident enough with that data from that landing burn to do a catch on the next flight, or will they have to do another splashdown? That's sort of the main question that I have for the next flight. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Obviously, the ship's still continuing its thing, getting ready for that payload deployment, which should occur around 16 minutes into flight, so about 5 minutes from now.
Yeah, and hopefully we haven't had a repeat of how the ships did with the first V2 flights, at least, where first
Yeah.
one.
The fact that we got all
so
6
far,
of those
the first
engines
ship flight
running,
was very successful, and hopefully we see
in
that
terms
again
of the
today.
previous
so far, even better, with all 6
test
of those
flights
engines firing
is
all the way
insane
through.
because they've either been won out or set on fire
Continuing to
or
reposition.
didn't
Thankfully,
start
we do have
or
the live
stuff like
attitude
that.
telemetry
So
as well.
the fact that
so we
they
can
all
actually see the
started
ship
and they
readjust its
all ran
attitude
as long
in
as they
real
did
time.
is a
So
really
it is getting
good
into
sign
the
right
correct
now.
position where it's going to be deploying those 20 Starlink V3 satellites. And yeah, that is going to be coming up quickly because, of course, you know, it always feels like the last 60 seconds of the countdown last forever, and then you blink, and then suddenly we're an hour into flight. That's how it always feels for every single one of these test missions. So, yeah, that's going to come up quickly in a few minutes' time.
It really does. As fast as the launch goes, the flight portion itself somehow manages to go even faster.
And you can see the limb of the Earth there from onboard Ship 40. That is just beautiful as we head towards the Terminator, of course, entering sunset very shortly. So if you are in the Caribbean or you're on a cruise in the Caribbean, you can see the live map on the left-hand picture, the live views on the right-hand picture. Go outside, look up, and Ship 40 is currently spewing, you know, RCS into the surrounding area, so it makes it a little bit easier to see, you know?
Yeah, dumping whatever remaining propellant they have on the main tanks. But what is that? Oh,
Hey.
look at that.
So
Well,
they'll usually do plugs
I mean,
and stuff like
technically,
that.
where's,
It is what
where's the
it is
booster
on
right
the
now?
stream, but
It's
we're more
just off the
focused
shore
on the
there,
actual launch. But
saying, "Wish
yeah,
you were here,"
I definitely
splashing
want that
down with
shirt.
us
That
in the
would be a
Gulf.
great shirt.
Hey, is that Mechazilla? Like the chopstick arms of Mechazilla there? It is. This is our special
Yeah.
"Wish You Were Here" merch for successfully getting that boost back burn. And even if it wasn't the most successful landing part, it was basically on target, exactly where it needed to be. I mean, we all missed it. We all missed seeing the booster come back. Come on, especially Mechazilla, who's saying, "Wait for me! It's my turn next," with a little sweat waiting for it to come back to it. I love that. Also, I love how there's a little Tesla Cybertruck in the bottom by the feet for scale. This is just a great design from our shop team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it got basically a bit of a, because obviously the booster did not come back for the catch, and to be honest, probably thankfully, because that booster landing burn was a bit sketchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
By the
saw
way,
it
for
there
Tony-
continuing. Sorry, I was just going to say we saw it there continuing to descend. I'm just scrolling back at the telemetry from that phase of the flight, and you know it wasn't fantastic. They lost a lot of the engines, and yeah, they came into the ocean a bit faster than intended.
Yeah. Ryan Weber was checking out as well, pointing out it appeared that 10 of them ignited, then it went down to 8, then 5. And obviously, considering it was supposed to go 15 to 5 to 3, it was going a little faster than they had originally planned for
13 to 5 to 3.
that. 13. What did I say?
You said
Anyway.
15.
Anyway, I think because I
Too
saw
many
we're
things
coming
in
up
our
on 15
minds.
minutes. We're coming up on 15 minutes into flight. That's why I was thinking it at that point.
Yeah. If you saw that graphic from Ryan earlier in the stream about the launch trajectory, you can see we're
So
getting
we are
close
coming
now
up on payload
to
deployment.
north
This will
of
be the
Venezuela. That's
Starlink
around
V3
where
satellites.
that payload deployment starts.
We're going to get rid of
We're about an
20
hour,
of them.
I don't know, a minute.
Well, we're
excuse
going,
me.
I was going
away
to say it
from
feels
that
like it's going
deployment.
quickly, but not
we're
that
going
quickly.
to see them come out of
Yeah,
the Pez
we are about a
dispensers in
minute
the middle of
out
the ship.
from that. Maybe we'll see
and
the
it
payload
will have
door
lights
deploying,
and
or not deploying, more like opening.
Yep.
I guess.
possibly
Yep,
some
I think
views
it's
of
open
the
now.
heat
I see
shield
a gap.
of it exiting the
Hopefully some lights will
Starship.
turn on, maybe? Or maybe there are
stuff
lights
like
on,
that.
but it's just
So
so bright because it's sunset that we
I'm
can't
sure
actually
that they'll
see them.
probably show some
Yeah,
kind of
to get the
stuff
plume
like that.
interaction there from that venting that you see. The venting also the reaction control system.
Yeah, and the door is open. Is confirmed now.
Okay, so we are 1 minute away from payload deployment starting. Of course, if you saw the Critical Path documentary that was released a couple of weeks ago, NSF alumni Thomas Berghardt was a key component of getting that